Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Sipping, All Subject channel. So I want to continue on this accountability video. Shout out to Bacon Bit, if I'm saying your name right, for sharing this story. The stories is coming forward, y'all. Bacon Bit, basically, if you read the comments on the first accountability video, you'll see his story. His wife cheated because she thought he cheated because he texted somebody. Let me tell y'all something, man. And I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm in the dark because y'all know this goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about. I'm going to get into why I'm still out here in a second. It's after 12 o'clock. It's like 12:30. So I'm just getting from work. Because once again, we have another classic example of people that don't want to be accountable. I'll tell you what happened. The phone. We have certain strict rules with the phone. You don't get off, you get a violation. They test the staff to see if they can do what they want to do and not have to pay the penalty, like losing their phone pin for some days or so. But I'm sure they know me by now. Like every facility I go to, I do things the same way. I'm strict, I'm by the book. And I'll stay there. I'll stay on that job as long as they don't micromanage me, or when I get on people, you try to undermine what I did. I don't have time to play those games, man. If I hold them accountable, you're supposed to back me up. As simple as that. I had that same problem in Texas. They talking out of the side of their mouth, y'all need to hold them accountable, blah, blah, blah. Then when I start doing it, they start trying to micromanage me. So, of course, I quit. Like, I don't think I'm gonna do this type of work for too much longer for this reason. Don't tell me just because it sounds good to hold people accountable. And then when I do it, you upset about it because you got to do some work. Come on, man. That's been the problem multiple times. That's why I said I got to get my act together, y'all, where I could work with machines or just do my own business things. The people, man, these people is not anything with people. Yeah, some good people in the world. There's some people that's cool. Some people you're going to have rapport with. But anything collectively with people is going to be a problem, man, no matter what. You can keep trying to move on from job to job, but you still got to deal with people. So every job going to have its own set of challenges and annoyances. So, we're talking about accountability. These guys, they in prison, and they still don't want to be accountable to nobody. They want to run over people. They want to manipulate people. And I compare it to a bad wife. That's why the divorce rate is so high, because the worst thing that a man can do in terms of dealing with today's women and having peace with them is to read that word and find out how they supposed to be and find out how you supposed to be. Because when you find that out, it's like you gonna see that the majority of these women are just a big waste of time and energy. That's just the facts, man. Yeah, we like having sex with them. Sex is wonderful. But most of these women, they not going to let you hold them accountable, but they're going to be trying to hold you accountable. Case in point, Bacon Bit's wife. She saw a text and she went on to cheat. My situation was, from the beginning, like it was just little stuff that I was noticing. But I was trying to turn a blind eye to it. Years later, the stuff just got too bad. Slapped the phone out of my hand in Texas because I'm out She knew where I was. I caught her from where I was. What happened was, one of my friends in Texas that was from Detroit, we had got real cool in Texas. He said, man, I need to get out, man. Like, cause his son he was having problems on his son. And he was living in the room, we was living in the room. His family was in the room, my family was in the room. So, and the reason why is cause in Texas, all y'all trying to move down to Texas, you better make sure you got your place first, or you gonna be in budget suites or one of them hotels, like me and my friend was. I was in one, what is it? Which room was that? I was in one in-town suites on one side of town, he was in another one. I was on the north side when he was in the south side. I think that's where I was at when he came and got me. Oh, no. I was in Euless, Texas. We was in Euless, Texas, in the room. He said, man, where you at, man? I'm finna come get you, man. So he came and got me. It was like 10:30. Me and him went back to Arlington, and we was drinking beer and stuff. We sitting, but I mean, that was my guy. Like, one thing about me is it's easy for me to make friends. I only fall out with people over certain stuff. And one of these things that I fall out with people over is the accountability issue. Like, don't try to hold me accountable, but not yourself. And don't try to manipulate me and run over me, because nobody runs over me. It just don't happen. That's when I have problems with other people. Other than that, I can get along with anybody. That's the main stuff that make me have problems. Like for instance, me and him, we was drinking. She knew where I was. I told her, such and such, the name starting with a K, coming to get me, blah, blah, blah. So he said, man, he wanted to keep drinking. We had drunk a couple beers. We had like a six pack or whatever. He said, man, I want to get one more beer, man. So we went to a bar in Arlington. She knew where I was. I told her. When I came home, she started up, slapped my phone out my hand, talking about she gonna leave, this, that, and the other. I'm like, if you go back to Milwaukee, I'm letting you know right now, I'm gonna get with somebody else. Well, I told her she ain't go back. She might as well have her though. She might as well have her, because then the money that they might try to make me pay now is gonna be more than if she had left in Texas, because that was, I think, 2016. That was 8 years ago. But she always trying to hold me accountable. Keep in mind, she had an emotional affair before that I forgave her over, like literal, like it was bad. Before that, but slapping phones all on my head, doing all this stuff like she was innocent. And out of all people, when it comes to accountability, probably one of the worst people I know, if not the worst. Every time any issue comes up, shuts down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. You trying to argue. You trying to start stuff. Because you don't want to be held accountable. Entitled. Just like them guys, I'm telling you, her behavior is very similar to theirs. They want to do stuff and get away with it. But if you do something, they file grievances on you, they get people fired, so on and so forth. So, a lot of people just don't want to be held accountable. And because of this, I will tell you, This is one of the top 5. I will put this reason, number 1, why you shouldn't get married. Because people don't want to be held accountable. Marriage is for people who are willing to be held accountable. It's not for people who don't want to be held accountable. It's for people who are willing to be held accountable. Now, it's different for men than women. Men are the leader. Men can have multiple women. Why are all these women breaking their families up talking about cheating? And why are you guys not telling them what you're doing? Why do you wait? You lie your way all the way up. And then when you get caught, you wondering why she wanted a divorce. You need to be telling these women up front what you're doing. If you gonna be monogamous, be monogamous. But don't have them thinking you monogamous and you not. Because then they're gonna get you for a bunch of money and they're gonna take your kids from you. Mine was already spiraling downhill when I started praying and getting in the Word and trying to find out how I'm supposed to be. Like, what am I doing wrong? If I'm wrong, such and such, right? The Most High was showing me that these women ain't supposed to be telling their husband what to do. You the head, she not the head. Just a lot of stuff. And so when I got to looking at it, I started putting my foot down. Studied the Bible. I said, wait a minute, polygyny. The Most High was condoned polygyny. And this all the conclusions I was drawing. Because I read 2 Samuel chapter 12 when he gave David all of King Saul's wives. I said, so, and then I was looking at Abraham, and I was putting the timetable together with Jacob, with Rachel and Leah. They all were polygynous. Solomon, they all were polygynous. So I started looking at it, and we had a conversation. Well, I said, well, technically, the Most High condones polygyny. Never did it. So, to make a long story short, I was told that she said, you ain't gonna never touch this again. Right? And she wasn't lying either. She wasn't. But I had noticed a drop off in certain things before this. See, we got to stop having sex with these women who don't want to have sex. If your wife, this is what you do. If your wife is unenthusiastically just trying to shut you up, she only doing it so you won't do nothing or so you won't be complaining, this is what you do. Tell her, that's all right, I'm good. And either jag or get you some more wives and concubines. See, if the reason why I talk about this stuff is if I could I want to save a lot of dudes from this hassle. Stop marrying these women, man. These women are not wives, man. They're going to make your life a living hell. I'm telling you, man. They not wives, man. They'll act right until you marry. Then once you marry, and then some of them will be showing you signs before that they shouldn't be your wife. If she dealing with other dudes, she shouldn't be your wife. If she talking on the phone with other dudes, she letting other dudes, she flirting around doing this, she shouldn't be your wife. Don't marry her. Because she's not going to get better. She's going to get worse. They don't get better. They always get worse. So whatever the bad things she do, just understand that she's going to get worse. And you single guys, man, enjoy your time. Enjoy the fact that you don't have to share your bed with somebody. That you don't have to hear all that nagging. What most women do, they're going to do less and less as the years go by. The years go by, you letting her get away with it. She going to have you doing everything. She ain't going to be doing nothing but running her freaking mouth. Just talking. Say, oh, you hate women. No, I don't. I just understand them. It's a difference. It's a difference between understanding them and hating them. I don't hate them. I just understand them. Oh, you hate them. No, I don't. I just understand. Like I told somebody to tell this one dude, he finna get married for the third time. I said, man, tell him stop marrying these women, man. It's gonna be the same thing, man. It's not. They make you think it's gonna be something different, but it's not. You've been and got divorced again. I know a lot of guys that's finna get divorced. I know a lot of guys that's already divorced. And I know a lot of guys that's gonna end up divorced. Stop marrying them, man. Y'all think y'all doing right by God. These women gonna get in the way of you and God. Remember Solomon. We don't know what exactly happened. It just says that they turned his heart away from the Most High. They was distracting him in his spiritual life. Which most of these women, that's what they gonna do. Like Peter said, strive together as heirs of grace, that your prayers be not hindered. These women have caused your prayers to be hindered. You'll wonder why things ain't going like I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. A lot of guys is not gonna do better financially in their marriage because they're gonna have strife in their house. And strife is gonna hurt your finances. It always does. You could be making 100,000. You got strife, it's gonna seem like you're making 40. I do understand this, right? Am I making myself clear? A lot of people do not want to be held accountable. They just don't. Another case in point. All the people who voted for Biden, they quiet now. They quiet. Why? Why won't they say, you know what, you was right, I apologize, I should have never voted for Biden. Trump had good numbers, Trump did a good job, I just didn't like him. So on and so forth. No, they're not going to say that. What they're going to do is what they're doing. Hide. They're going to hide. All the Biden supporters practically hiding right now. That's how bad of a job he did and is doing. But I need to hear more stories, man. I need to hear more stories of how these women be betraying other guys. And remember, if she cheats on you, there is no taking her back. You take her back, she's gonna keep doing it. And she's not gonna respect you. These women don't really respect men, they use men. Most of them don't respect. Like, they lonely, they'll deal with a man, but they won't even like him. They use men. You know, so y'all gotta stop falling in. You, first of all, you shouldn't love no nag. You shouldn't love no cheater. You shouldn't love no disrespectful woman. You shouldn't love no argumentative woman. How do y'all love these people? Do you know what love is? How do you love somebody that's against you? I'll admit, that love died, man, years ago. It did. It did. Now, I don't hate anyone, but I'm saying that love been gone. Been gone. Like that emotional affair, then lying to me about, I mean, it's certain stuff. That love been gone. And these women will show you how they get down once you take them to divorce court and they trying to take all of your money, having you poor. This is what they'll do. They'll get with a dude, he be love bombing them. He gonna hit him a couple of times, then he ain't gonna want nothing to do with him. Then they gonna come back trying to get money out of you. That's not fair. That's why don't marry them. If you stop marrying them, they won't be able to do this kind of stuff no more. Try to get with somebody else, then he don't want them after a while. So now, and I'm telling you, it's a YouTuber that said his wife did that. I know other people that said their wife did that. They tried to get with somebody else, and then when it didn't work out, they tried to go after their ex-husband for money. They should not be able to do that, man. That's unfair. But anyway, that's all I have to say on here. We got more videos to come. Stay tuned.